Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Varivagathara Śrīmad, His Divine Grace Sri Lesi Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Varivagathara Śrīmad Divine Grace Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Gokishodas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai, Sri Guru Parampara Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, Go Premananda, Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chukshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Parakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sijivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Archakanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavana Sudadevi Pranamami Hiri Priye Vanchakalpa Darubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as it is, translation and commentary, Srila Prabhupada. So today's verse, number 23 of the third chapter, which is entitled Karma Yoga. Please repeat, yadi, yanam, ahaṁ, na varteyaṁ, jātu, karmaṇi, atandritaḥ, mama vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ, Pārtha, sarvaśaḥ, yadi ahaṁ na varteyam, jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ, vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ, yadi ahaṁ na varteyaṁ, jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ, vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ, yadi ahaṁ na varteyaṁ, jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ, vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ,
yadi ahaṁ na varteyaṁ, jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ,
mama vartma anuvartante,
vartmānuvartante,
manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ,
varteyaṁ,
varteyaṁ, jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ,
Tu karmaṇi atandritaḥ,
vartmānuvartante,
Tante,
manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ,
Tadiyanam Pārtayam,
jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ,
Pārtha atandritaḥ, vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ sarvaśaḥ,
yadi ahaṁ na varteyaṁ, jātu karmaṇy atandritaḥ, vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ Pṛthā sarvaśaḥ.
So, Mataji, Vaishnavis.
yadi ahaṁ varteyaṁ, jātu
vartmānuvartante, manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ. Word for word, please repeat. Yadi, if, he, certainly, aham, I, na, do not, varteyaṁ, thus engage, jātu, ever, karmaṇi, in the performance of prescribed duties, atandritaḥ, with great care, mama, my, vartma, path, anuvartante, would follow, manuṣyāḥ, all men, Pārtha, O son of Pṛthā, sarvaśaḥ, in all respects. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. For if I ever failed to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Pārtha, certainly all men would follow my path. Please repeat. For if I ever failed to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Pārtha, certainly all men would follow my path. Purport, Srila Prabhupada. In order to keep the balance of social tranquility for progress in spiritual life, there are traditional family usages meant for every civilized man. Although such rules and regulations are for the conditioned souls and not for Lord Kṛṣṇa, because he descended to establish the principles of religion, he followed the prescribed rules. Otherwise, common men would follow in his footsteps, because he is the greatest authority. From the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is understood that Lord Kṛṣṇa was performing all the religious duties at home and out of home as required of a householder. Mukam karochi vachalam pangam laitegirim yat kripatamaham vande Sri Guru Natarinam yadi ahaṁ varteyaṁ jātu karmaṇi atandritaḥ mama vartmānuvartante manuṣyāḥ Pārtha sarvaśaḥ. For if I ever failed to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Pārtha, certainly all men would follow my path. Yes. So Kṛṣṇa here is talking about himself. This verse is in the middle of 3 verses where Kṛṣṇa talks about himself. Number 22. O son of Pṛthā, there's no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems. Nor am I in want of anything, nor have I a need to obtain anything. And yet I am engaged in prescribed duties, today's verse. For if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Pārtha, certainly all men would follow my path. If I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put to ruination. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. So it's very interesting, because Krishna is giving a hint. I'm the Supreme Lord. We've already discussed this, right? At the beginning, Arjuna is confused. Krishna tells him, you're not the body. You're the soul. You're nothing to do with the material energy. Now you should be equipoised. But be careful, because the senses can take you away from being equipoised. Then Arjuna, at the start of this chapter, says, if you're telling me to be spiritual soul and equipoised, why am I going to have to fight? This is ghastly, killing. So then Krishna says, no, everyone has some work to do. They're called prescribed duty, karma. Out of one's guna, out of one's qualities, material conditioning, cultivated over many lifetimes, one has a certain guna. Broadly, they are Brahminical, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra. Of course, those that are undisciplined are called Mleccha, Yavana, so on, fallen out of caste, out of human condition. So you have to perform those duties, Arjuna, and nobody can get away from doing work at any time. Even if you don't do prescribed duties, you've got to feed yourself, you've got to rest, you've got to wash yourself, you've got to look for food, you've got to do something, Arjuna. So why are you not doing your prescribed duties? And then Krishna says, you should perform your prescribed duties for the sake of Vishnu. That you have to perform your duties, not just equipoised, that's not good enough. You have to perform your prescribed duties for Vishnu. Why? Because we know, we've been talking about this, Mama Angsa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Because you're part of the Supreme, you have a duty to the Supreme. The son has a duty to the father. Ahaṁ BG-3.23. I am the seed-giving father. Krishna will tell later, so you have to perform your duty. But he's not saying all that just now. He's just saying, Vishnu, perform your duties to Vishnu. But here he's saying, he's going a bit further. And he's saying, look, there's no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems. So who can that be? He's giving a hint. I am Bhagavan. He's not immediately declaring it openly. That will come in knowledge of the Absolute and the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge. He's saying, giving a hint that I am that Vishnu, or I am the source of Vishnu, which we learn from the Bhagavatam, Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. But he's not openly saying that. And of course, even Vedavyas, he's writing the book, he's saying, Sri Bhagavan Avacha. So yet generally we think Bhagavan means, the Supreme Lord. But actually Bhagavan means one who possesses opulence. Bhaga can also mean bhakti. Bhakti is the supreme opulence. So like Bhagavan Narada. Narada is called Bhagavan because he possesses the opulence of bhakti to the Supreme Lord. That's the greatest opulence for a jiva, jiva shakti. So real name of the Supreme Person is Purushottam. Purush, Supreme Person, Uttama. So so even when Vedavyas is writing down, recording this conversation, he's saying Bhagavan Uvacha. He's not saying Sri Purushottam Uvacha. So this is very interesting that yes, Krishna, we know, especially Lord Chaitanya, Panchatattva, Jiva Goswami, they emphasize that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. He is Leela Purushottam, and he engages in Leela. And one aspect of that Leela is Dharma Samstapanathaya. You're all learned devotees, right? There's 3. I come again and again. Why? Paritranaya sadhanam, to protect the devotees. At this time, Jarasandha and all the demoniac kings, they were chasing the yadus, they were hiding in other kingdoms. Krishna appeared. So that is primary purpose, vinashaya turuskritam, to destroy the demoniac element, send them to the Brahman with the Mayavadis, and Dharma re-establish religion. So, of course, that's 4th chapter, knowledge of the Absolute, Jnana Yoga. So Krishna is leading into that. Arjuna, ultimately you're surrendering to me as your guru, but I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That will come clear and naily. Krishna will state it. Ahaṁ sarvaśaḥ prabhavo matak sarvam pravartate. That I am the source of everything in the Chaturasloki, 10th chapter, 8th verse. Iti matva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samanvi. Those that know this perfectly engage in my devotional service. And bhajanti mam. What does that mean? So we've been discussing this point, that the more one realizes the Supreme Person, and that Supreme Person is Lila Purushottam Krishna. Once one more realizes Krishna, then the karmic desire to act karmically according to gunas in a selfish way goes. The fruitive desire goes. Because the realization of Krishna corresponds with our realization of ourself as the servant of Krishna. When the sun comes up, you see everything and you see yourself. So when the Supreme Personality is realized, the more you realize Krishna, the more you become attracted to Krishna. Krishna means Krishna. Krish means which attracts, na, away from the matter. Attracts to spirit and frees one from matter. Krishna. One who pulls one away from the Maya Shakti and puts one into the spiritual Shakti in a mood of Seva Bhav. Because you enter the spiritual platform only with Seva Bhav. In the material world, we want to save ourselves. We're always looking for our advantage. So the transition to that bhava, which is the natural condition, which makes a devotee Bhagavan, he possesses bhaga, bhakti, pure bhakti, is to perform one's activities as an offering to Vishnu, Krishna, as we know in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. So in that way, Seva Bhav is attained, right? Just like Pancharitriki, there is Archanam, install the deity, Vandanam, you offer prayers, Brahma Samhita, Gopi Gita, prayers of the personified Vedas, Queen Kunti's prayers, offer. Then you'll get some bhava by chanting the prayers of these great devotees. And then Dasya Bhav will come. Dasya. So you're realizing Krishna, so automatically Dasya Bhav. Yes, there is Madhurya, Vatsalya, Sakya, and then Dasya Bhav, and there is also Shankaras. But the basis of them all is Dasya, to feel I am a servant of the Supreme, and to rejoice in that. So by Vandanam, we lose our Matsarya, Paramoni Macharanam Satam, by taking shelter of the Vaishnav Thakur. Oh, hey Vaishnav, let me take shelter of your feet, where I can lose my bad conditioning. Give me the 6 good qualities, cure me of the 6 faults. What are the 6 faults? Lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and matsarya. You see, matsarya stops us from getting seva-bhav. So, after dasya, right? Archanam, vandanam, dasya. Sakyam. Sakyam means, I feel Krishna is my friend. Suridam sarvabhutanam. I'm realizing Krishna and I'm losing Aishwarya Bhav to some extent. And I'm feeling, Krishna is my friend. He's always with me. He's accepting my service. He appreciates my service. And then atmanivedanam, surrender, purity. So, this is the real state. But to get to that pure surrender, adishyava pararatam panashtumam, I don't care what you do. Manasa deho geho. Oh, Lord Chaitanya, you take everything. Do what you like with me. I'm surrendered. This is Vilap Kusmanjali. We should read that. Raghunath Das. He's explaining his surrender to Srimati Radharani. So these ecstatic positions, they are there for the soul, but we have to go slowly. And so Dasya Bhav becomes Sakya Bhav, and that is called Vishramba. Shraddha means faith, but realized faith is called Vishramba. Vishramba means that there is trust. It is not just faith, but it's trust on the basis of realization. Because I've performed Dasya Bhav, Sakya, Sevam Bhav, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchite, because I've been serving the deity through my formal deity worship in a regulated, prescribed manner, I'm starting to get Dasya Bhav, so then I'm entering into a feeling of friendship. That Sakyam is different from Sakya Ras. But the basis of all those 5 rasas is Seva-bhav. In the spiritual world, everyone is Seva-bhav. In the material world, everyone is Seva-bhav to themselves. Here we're selfish servant of the senses. In the spiritual world, we're unselfish servant of the Supreme and his devotees. So that feeling is natural to the soul, mama angsa, because we are part of the Supreme. Ishyavasya idam sarvam yatkin jat. Everything is controlled and owned by the Lord. One realizes, yes, Vasudeva Savamiti, everything is Krishna. And I'm also Krishna's, and he is protecting me. I take shelter of him through the instructions of the Vaishnava Thakur. And then I attain realization, a deep realization, that is Sakyam, then Atmanivedanam. So, this is important. At the beginning, here Krishna is saying, perform your prescribed duties. And he said earlier, you know, that the Vedas, the Supreme Lord has given the Veda. Veda means knowledge. And in there are prescribed duties. And there is also acts of sacrifice. So if you perform your prescribed duties as a sacrifice, the Vedas are manifest from the Supreme Lord. So then, your sacrifice of your prescribed duties will sit you in transcendence. Krishna said earlier, right, that the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. But those sacrifices should be according to the Vedic prescriptions. You can't rob a bank and say, I'm doing it for Krishna, it's my prescribed duty. No, you have to perform this good behavior according to guna and karma, and then you can offer it. You can't be a papi and offer pap to Krishna. If you offer pap to Krishna, then you get pap in return. You can ask Kamsa about that. He was not very well disposed, but he was always thinking of Krishna. So he got a different result. So this is important. Once we get some realization of Krishna, then through that bhava, through that rati, through that raga, we start to lose interest in the material world, because Krishna is all attractive. He is Bhagavan. He is all beauty, all knowledge, all strength, all renunciation, all opulence, all fame, all everything. 6 opulences. Krishna's face is compared to the opulence of beauty. Then his left hand is renunciation, left arm. His right arm is strength, power. So it's balanced. Renunciation is balanced with power, with Krishna. Both are unlimited, which is very good. Because sometimes we become annoyed, but we're not renounced. We want revenge. But Krishna, he's renounced. He has all this power, but he's not selfish about it. He's renounced. He's not. And then opulence, wealth, is the torso of Krishna. And then Krishna stands on his left leg, which is fame. Everyone's heard of God. Wherever you go, people, you say, have you heard of God? Yes. But I don't believe in him. It's very interesting that the atheists, they all have the same definition of God, but they don't believe in it, right? The atheist, who is God? The Creator. Don't believe in it. Is he a person, the God that you don't believe in? Yes. He's a person that creates. But I don't believe in him. They all have the same definition. They don't have a different, the Creator, he's personal, and he's omnipotent. He has all power. I don't believe it. He's omnipresent, right? We were discussing. He knows everything. Oh, he knows what I'm doing. Oh, why is he so nosy? I don't like that. I don't believe in him. So that's, what's the other one? Omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, all-knowing. Yeah, because he's all-present, he's omniscient. So that is asuram bhavam ashrita. The demoniac mentality is a mood of refusing the obvious, that there's a creation, therefore there must be a creator. There is design in everything. This room was designed, so there must be a designer. Is it not logical? But they want to replace that with Big Bang. And they say, we're the rationalist. Oh, you believe everything came from nothing. How can everything come from nothing? Well, in between that, there was a bang. But if there was nothing, nothing means, if you look in the dictionary, it means the absence of anything. It's not a dark space. Space is a thing. Darkness is a thing. It's relative to light. So, your nothing is the nothing before nothing, right? So if the nothing before nothing explodes, what was there to explode? So you're very irrational. Nothing, bang, everything. That's what they believe. You don't need to study in the university for 10 years and get a PhD. PhD means plough department. Even the farmer knows that the foodstuffs grow from the earth. They don't come from nothing. Like we said before, if you send your child to the sweet shop and you say, and he says, give me the sweets. I said, well, that'll be, have you got any money? I've got nothing. But my father's a scientist, and he says everything comes from nothing. So give me all the sweets. Everything comes from nothing. You've got nothing in your pocket, so you're getting nothing. You can't get anything if you've got nothing. But we're rational. So anyway, so the devotee realizes Krishna personally and directly within his heart through Seva Bhav. So Krishna is giving Arjuna the start-up now. Perform your duty, Arjuna, for Vishnu, for the Supreme Lord. But then he's giving this hint, that I am the Supreme Lord. Many Vyasis call me Bhagavan, but there are many Bhagavans, Bhagavan Shiva. If I ever failed today's verse, to carefully perform prescribed duties, dharma samsthapanāthaya, certainly all men would follow my path. If sorry. If I did not perform prescribed duties in the varnashram system, all these worlds would be put to ruination, and I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, varna-shankara, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. Now that's a very good hint, because earlier Arjuna was saying, oh, if I kill all these elders, then the women will not be protected, and then there will be varna-shankara. So Krishna is directly countering this argument, he said. No, you have to perform your duty so that there isn't varna-shankara. If you don't do your duty, there will be. Why? Because you're a Kshatriya, like me. I'm on the battlefield. In Vrindavan, I may be Lila Purushottam. I might be Lila Madhava, Vidagda Madhava. I might be the rascal who is not following prescribed duties. I'm Vastahari. I'm stealing the gopi's cloth. But that's not prescribed duties. It's talking about if I did not perform prescribed duties, then everyone would follow me and be lazy. They'd not clean the roads. They'd not pay their taxman. They'd not do anything properly in society. So, and then there would be destruction of the peace of all living beings. And therefore, why Krishna says that? Peace, without peace there cannot be happiness. Peace means mode of goodness. So we need mode of goodness. We need people to perform prescribed duties, because in the mode of goodness, then Shraddha can turn to Vishramba, faith, realized faith. And then the karmic idea, where is my advantage in what I say, in what I do, in what I think, where my plan, where is my advantage, starts to develop in its place. I'm planning to serve the Supreme Lord by my thought, words and deeds. And therefore I should perform, this is the beginning. There's also in Bhagavatam's second canto, first steps in God realization, that you must start from the position, I have this material body, I have my duties, therefore I will perform them for Vishnu, for the Supreme Lord. Lila Purushottam, and Krishna is saying, I'm giving good example for these prescribed duties. And also, if I remember correctly, at the end of the Brahma Samhita, Krishna tells Lord Brahma, that I will teach you bhakti in 5 slokas. So and in number 4, on this point of prescribed duties, Krishna teaches Lord Brahma. Well, I'll read the number 1 and number 2 of the first 5, and number 3. Yeah, this is it, I think. Yes, listen to me, my beloved, from this science of bhakti set forth in the 5 slokas. So get your Brahma Samhita and then read these 5 slokas. It's very interesting. So the first of the first 5, of the final 5, which teaches bhakti, when the pure spiritual experience, that, like we're saying, the experience of Krishna, we are not blind faith based, we are experienced based. Yoga means to experience the Supreme. We're all doing that, right? You're all devotees, you're all experiencing the Supreme. Is excited by means of cognition and service. Cognition means to perceive, and service. So you are starting to see Krishna, and bhakti excites that spiritual experience, cognition and service, seva bhav. Super excellent, unalloyed devotion characterized by love for Godhead is awakened toward Krishna, the beloved of all souls. So, spiritual experience of Krishna, the beloved of all souls, is excited by cognition. That means Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, the pure knowledge. And then service attitude. Jnaninas tattva sevaya. You must serve the order of the Guru. That's how you take shelter. Then number 2, the highest devotion is attained by slow degrees by the method of constant endeavor for self-realization with the help of scriptural evidence, siddhanta, theistic conduct, sadachar, good behavior, and perseverance in practice. So those 3 things. Scriptural evidence, right? We're always saying this verse lately. What is that verse? Siddhanta Bulya Jeev Bhogavan Chakore. You must learn Siddhanta, or else you will stay Pakrita Bhakta or Pakrita Sahajiya. You must learn Siddhanta. You'll be liberated by knowledge. Nescience will be displayed. And then theistic conduct. You must become a sadhu. You must behave nicely. You know, regulative principles. You must be kind, generous to everyone. And perseverance in practice. That means you must stick at it. So that, the highest devotion is attained by that, those 3 things. Slow degrees. And then number 3, these preliminary practice of devotion, sadhana bhakti, are conducive to the realization of loving devotion, prem bhakti, than whom there is no superior well-being, who goes hand in hand with the attainment of the exclusive state of supreme bliss, and who can lead to myself. So sadhana bhakti leads to bhava bhakti. In bhava bhakti, direct realization, darshan of Krishna is attained. So, right, and now, but Lord Brahma is being instructed to Krishna, do your duty. Just like Krishna is telling Arjuna, do your duty. So now number 4. And it sounds very much like Sarvadharma prijajama mekam saranam braja. Here it is, the Sanskrit. Dharmam anya parityajya mam mekam bhajva vishwasan. Yadrisi shraddha siddhir bhavati tadrisi. Kurva nirantaram karma lokaya manuvartante te naiva karmana jayam mamparam bhakti michati. So, Lord Brahma's also got a big prescribed duty. He's going to construct the universe. But who's he constructing it for? Krishna. So this is very interesting. So, say I engage a carpenter, then I give him the directions. I want you to construct a doorway in this manner. So when he is constructing the doorway, he's thinking, oh, Malik Bolre, the boss said to do it this way. So he's automatically following my instructions. He's not creating a doorway in his idea. He's creating the doorway according to my design. So he's already meditating upon me. He's already connected. Oh, he's given me this idea. He wants it to have 2 doors and a window in each door. And he wants an arch over the top with a little exhaust fan. So he's meditating, right? Abandoning all meritorious performances, that means punya karma. Serve me with faith, right? Because Lord Brahma, you're going to now construct the universe, but serve me according to my design. I'll give you inspiration within the heart. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adakaviye. The people of this world act ceaselessly in pursuance of some ideal. This is Krishna's point early to Arjuna, right? Look, you can't stop acting, Arjuna, because you have to maintain the body. And the soul is active naturally, and the material world is in flux anyway. It's a temporary arrangement, and time is mixing the elements together, and time and karma and all. You can't. So people are always acting ceaselessly in pursuit of some ideal. Some person, I want to be a musician, so he's acting in that way. A person, I want to get married and open a business, so he's acting ceaselessly on that basis. Another person thinks, I want to go to Kanyakumari. How can I do it? I have to buy the ticket, I have to get this, I have to buy it. And then we're always going in some direction according to our plan. By meditating on me, by means of those deeds, you will attain devotion characterized by love in the shape of the supreme service. So this is the point, right? I'll say it again. By meditating upon me of those deeds, looking for your ideal, one will attain devotion characterized by love in the shape of the Supreme Person. So that means that whatever you do, you should do it for Krishna. What does Krishna say? Yad karosi yad nasi yogstadosi dadasi yad tapasya sakuntaya taruswad madapanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever charity, whatever austerities, whatever you do it as an offering to me. And that can be patram pushvam phalam toyam. Whatever we have our duties, but they should be prescribed. They shouldn't be sinful duties. They should be within the realm of good behavior. And then, if you perform them, constructing a universe, then you will obtain seva-bhav, and then you'll get love, prem, because I'll reciprocate. Right? Ye tam mam prapadyante tam seva bhajami aham. If we offer to Krishna our activities, good activities, then Krishna will reciprocate. Right? And we do that through the Shuddha Bhakta. Because this is another point. Arjuna is going to serve Krishna. He's the Shuddha Bhakta in that sense. He is the medium to the Supreme. And we are serving, that is a characteristic of pure bhakti, nectar of devotion. It's obtained by the grace of service to a pure devotee. In the Bhagavatam, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Aho Vimuktesh. The Mahatma service is the door to liberation. Right? Bhakti Vinod Shuddha Bhakata Charanarena. Right? You must serve the pure devotion. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura, I take shelter of you. So the pure devotee is the manifestation of the Lord's mercy. So when Krishna comes as a devotee, he is Namo Mahavadanyaya. He's the most merciful. His devotees are the same. So if we serve the pure devotees, then that is the sure path to getting Krishna's mercy. So we serve the devotees by following their instructions. Do you want to hear the fifth one?
Yes.
Yes. So this is Achintya Bheda Bhetattva. This is the philosophy. Aham hi vishvasya cha charasya bijam pradhanam prakritim pumamscha maya hitam teja idam bibarsi vide videhi tvam ato jaganti. So now this is also very important. Because, okay, we're doing activities and we're serving Krishna. Listen, O Vidi, I am the seed, the fundamental principle, right? This is, we'll see this in the 15th chapter, Yoga of the Supreme. He's the root of all existence. I am the being, fundamental principle of this world of animate, inanimate objects. So material world is a mixture of inanimate, unconscious matter and conscious beings. I am Pradhan, the substance of matter. Pradhan is acted upon by the modes of material nature. I am Prakriti, material cause. That means local cause. And I am Purusha, efficient cause. Just like Krishna is the efficient cause of everything, sarva karana karanam, but there's local cause. Like you can say that when a man and woman, they have a child, they are the local cause, the material cause. But the efficient cause is the arrangement created by the Supreme Lord. That when a man and woman have union, a child is produced. So that is called the Purusha. He's the ultimate Purusha. Everything is Prakriti. So local cause is Prakriti, material cause. This fiery energy that belongs specifically to Brahman, that's Teja. Teja, it's translated Teja, means Teja, this potency that is in Brahman, that inheres in you. You've been performing austerity, Arjuna. So, Brahma, and now you have this Teja by my grace. It is by bearing this fiery energy that you regulate this phenomenal world of animate and inanimate objects. So, Lord Brahma, just like our intelligence, we can say, is the material cause of regulating the body. So Lord Brahma is the intelligence of the universe. That's how we should think of Lord Brahma. If the universe is one body, just like in this one body, my intelligence, materially speaking, regulates this body. But the efficient cause of regulating this body is Krishna, Paramatma. So now you act as the material regulator of the material universe of animate and inanimate objects. But the first point is, before you do that, I'm telling you, Arjuna, achincha beda bed. I am the efficient cause. I am Purusha. I am Ishvara Parama, Anadi Radi, source of everything, Sarva Karana Karanam. Everything is coming from me. I am the efficient cause of everything. That means I am the original cause. Now, if you understand that, Brahmaji, then you can act as I just said. Regulate everything, create the universe, maintain it, design it. I'll give you intelligence. I've given you the Shakti. Now, because now you understand ahaṁ sarvaśaḥ pravavo matak sarvam pravartate. So it comes back to that first point. When we understand Sambandha, when we understand very clearly and have realization that Krishna is the source of everything, then we will act for Krishna. So in the purport here, and Krishna is saying, I'm Pradhan. That's the Viraja river within which Mahavishnu is there with Anantasesh. I am Pradhan, I am Prakriti, which comes in the periodical manifestation of the material universes. So I am everything. I am Achincha Beda Abed. So I am Vasudeva Savamiti. If you have this knowledge, then perform your duty as creator, designer, regulator of the material universe. And then you will have seva bhav, you see. So this is bhakti. So Krishna is telling Arjuna in this way, Arjuna, you have duties, do it. But sometimes people say, well, Krishna doesn't exactly act according to prescribed duties in Vrindavan, right? That is different. Before 10th canto, Manusya Leela, Ram is there. So he's very faithful to his wife, he's very dutiful to his father and mother, and so on. But in Vrindavan, Krishna's stealing the cloth of the gopis. He's stealing the butter. He's killing Kamsa, who's the brother of his mother. Yeah, Devaki's brother. He's doing all sorts of unprescribed duties. he's, he's also, very tricky. He's sometimes surreptitious. He calls everyone to the Ras Leela, and then he says, no, go back home. You should go back home. The Vrindavan forest is full of dangerous animals. Go back to your husbands. We've come here to surrender. No, sorry. Then they argue, oh, no, you can't turn us away. We've come to surrender in every way. So, Lila Purushottam Krishna, Parakiya Bhav, that is Krishna is not talking about that. Don't follow that example. Follow the example of Krishna on the battlefield, doing his duty in Dwarka, performing all these duties. But Krishna in Vrindavan, the butter thief, right? Even, right, the yajnik Brahmins, they want to perform a big yajna. The cowherd boys say, Krishna and Balaram are hungry. We have our duty. We're doing this yajna. Go away. Maybe after. Then they go to the wives, and the wives say, look, this was supposed to be for the sacrifice. Take this sweet rice. And look, I was saving this for my husband, these nice parathas. Take that also. So, anything else you want? Well, what about those rasgulas? Oh yes, take them too. I'll turn my back. You can steal them. So, Krishna is... but that is part of the fun, right? Breaking the rules, right? When we have children, like a mother has a child, and he's a naughty boy, that's part of the fun of having a child. Go to your room and perform, do your homework. Yes, Mummy. Goes to the room, climbs out the window, and plays football in the street with his friends. So we have that propensity to break the rules, especially children. So that is coming from Krishna. So the rules are there. Parakiya Bhav, ultimately, is breaking the rules, and those breaking of the rules, they become part of the ecstasy. Because we all know when we do something a bit tricky and get away with it, there's a certain rasa, is there not? So therefore, where have we got that? That's because Krishna, that's in Krishna. The rules are there, yes. Prescribed duties, varnashram, vaidhi bhakti. But ultimately, the only rule in Goloka Vrindavan is ecstatic love. Right? And for that end, Krishna, like in the Govinda Lilamrita, that is a Sunday, Krishna goes to, Radharani, after the noon pastimes, she goes to the temple of Suryadev. And Krishna is dressed as a Brahmin. And they're giving offerings to Surya. And then Krishna is dressed as a Brahmana, and he recites a fictitious, he doesn't recite the Purushukta, he makes up some Sanskrit. He goes, what kind of Brahman is that? Oh, it's Krishna! So, that is Krishna. He breaking the rules for ecstasy, right? That's why we love Krishna the most, right? Because he goes beyond Alishyava Pararatam Panashtul Mam. So that is a more esoteric, secret understanding. But right now, third chapter, do your duty, Arjuna. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, any question? Nobody's going to do a headstand today. Okay, everyone's perfectly satisfied. Good. Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita Sadhu Sangha Ki Jai.